The New World Order. For life. Alright, there we go. Got that all situated. What is up, everyone? And thank you for checking out Don't Say the F Word. We are a pro wrestling and combat sports podcast. We do not use the F word when we talk about professional wrestling. You shouldn't let your friends use it either. It's Sunday. This is our weekend wrestling show, usually. Today, we're going to have a little something different. Big guy, Jeremy, and illegal brother-in-law, Joe, are going to be here. And they are going to rewrite history. This is the 28th anniversary of Fall Brawl, featuring the War Games, Team NWO versus Team WCW. And they're going to take a look at the NWO timeline and make a change. What kind of change? Sting's going to be the third man. That's right. They're going to book this thing like Stinger was the leader of the New World Order in 1996. And what kind of craziness would ensue? I don't really know how that would go because, well, let me get that up there. I wasn't alive then. I wasn't around in the 90s. Illegal brother-in-law Joe joining us here. Gonna get him working. But yeah, they're gonna take a look at what would happen where the third man. Well, I guess not really what would happen, but what they would have happen, right, Joe?
That is right.
Yeah. And of course, as always, we are brought to you guys by Monsters R Zero. I know this monster, Mark the Monster, is in fact your hero. But yeah, we are brought to you by Monsters R Zero. They have a new design dropping tomorrow morning. So check them out on Instagram. Check out their new shirt coming out. Also brought to you by Prince Nana Coffee, PrinceNanaCoffee.com. You can use the promo code Don't Say the F Word, save 10% on some coffee. And, of course, go check out our merch table. New shirt just dropped today, Joe.
I seen it.
Yeah. You like that gaming reference?
It was. I took a good laugh at it, but yeah.
I thought you'd like it. I made that one. That one's all me.
Okay, high five.
Yeah. I like The Legend of Zelda, so I thought that was good.
That was good, yeah.
I ain't played The Legend of Zelda.
I mean, if you got, there's some ways to play Legend of Zelda these days. He got the little, I don't know how, but he could have.
I mean, I don't know, maybe. I like Legend of Zelda. But he made the shirt. We'll give him our credit. Shout out to Prince Nana Coffee.
Uh-oh.
Joe, the new shirt.
New shirt.
Anyone who gets that shirt, there's some gunpla actions. They got these guys still in the background to build. Anyone who gets the new shirt and you take a picture with it, post it on your Instagram, you tag us. We will throw you guys in, randomly select some folks, and they'll receive a folding chair phone stand and some stickers, some whatnot. Who knows? Some random swag.
Random.
Will go your way. You get that new shirt and
All right.
yeah.
All right.
Phone stand. It does portrait and landscape, just so you know. If you get a blue one, there are some different black ones in the mix. They're a little smaller, easier to put in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But I digress.
All right.
Joe.
Yeah.
We've had some things happen since we were last together on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Some stuff has gone down. What did you think of Dynamite?
It was decent. It was a decent show.
I thought you were speechless. Turns out you just froze.
Oh no. It was a decent show. It wasn't bad. It was had a
Are you
couple
there?
had a couple surprises in there,
There
but
we go. Hopefully the people can see you.
there you go.
You like
There you go. I see you
Dynamite?
now.
There we go.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was decent. Not bad, but
Um, how did you? What's synopsis? Or what did you like?
what did I like?
Yeah. What did you enjoy about AEW Dynamite this week? Guys, we're not gonna talk Collision unless Joe chooses to. I ain't watch it. I didn't even look to see what happened.
I can say this. I really don't.
We
I
are
feel.
having some technical difficulties with illegal brother-in-law Joe today.
I see you fine. So your air keeps spinning. But I'll say the best thing about that show, Dynamite, is they are really making Jack Perry a star. I I, I would say that
They really
was
are
shocking
making
every night.
Jack Perry stuff. That's for sure. They
And
are working hard at it.
and the fact that they made it seem like he had Leo Rush hurt him, like he hurt Leo Rush by tossing him in that ring buckle. That was pretty decent too.
Yeah.
They said he had to go to the hospital after the show.
Let me ask you how we had Mox and Darby.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about that?
I don't remember him getting that title shot. To tell you the truth, I really don't. That's just that I don't.
So
I don't know.
Darby did get a title shot. But then he lost to Jack Perry.
Yeah.
And then we got Jack Perry versus Bryan Danielson, which I thought we got Jack Perry versus Bryan Danielson because Jack Perry he pinned Darby out. He beat Darby in the casket match. And I don't know if it was said officially. I don't know if anywhere on the programming they said it, but I feel like something led me to believe that we got Jack Perry versus Bryan Danielson because he beat Darby Allin. Which would then make me think Darby does not have that title shot
anymore. It was because
no, you were just spinning on my screen.
You're doing the same thing. You're kind of funny, but I can tell you this. The only reason why he got the shot is because when Danielson got the belt, that Dynamite, he said, whatever young talent wants to come out and challenge him for the belt, they can come out. And that's when Jack Perry came out and attacked him, raised both of the belts up at the end of the match. Not the end of the match, at the end of the show. Then he coming after him for the title.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me to think that Darby would still hold on to a title shot. So this is where I'm confused. So Darby keeps his title shot, and Mox wants to challenge him for the title shot. Wants Darby to just give it up. But Nigel just got to go back and demand one?
It is confusing.
If anyone should be able to walk back and demand a title shot, isn't it Jon Moxley?
No, he didn't have the belt when he left. He had the IWGPA.
And, I hope know if they will, but I hope that they do.
Mhm. But as of right now, there are. Oh, if you watched Collision last night, which I did, they showed the whole 16 years of their feud. That's why he's going after.
Oh, did they give some build to it? That's good.
Yeah, and he said that's why he hates
It's
Danielson
good.
so much.
I I think it's going to be important for them to do. Yeah, I think that would be really. They gotta keep going with that. They gotta give Nigel time to just keep letting everyone know, hey, this is why I hate Bryan Danielson.
Oh,
This is why I demanded this title shot. This is why I was given this.
oh, spinning. Oh shit, spinning. Oh,
There we
there
go.
you go.
Are
There
we
you
good
go.
now? Maybe now we're good.
You're good now. There you go. There you go. There you
Let's switch the Wi-Fi. Let's try something different. But yeah, they really got to keep us informed about why Nigel and Bryan Danielson hate one another, why this should happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't.
like last now collision.
Is this a one-off?
No, last now collision. He explained everything in the little 16 years in the little package they did, and then the whole entire night, even the start of the show, he kept talking about him, saying how he's a coward. He's not here. He's not defending his championship, and he said, "Come world in it's called. He's gonna take the belt off
I
of him."
think so.
He
Is it
said
the
he's gonna
next
take the world.
one, or is
Yeah,
it? Or no, he's facing that Grand Slam, isn't
Grand
it?
Slam, Grand Slam. That's right, Grand Slam.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said he's gonna take the belt
How's my
off of him.
audio today?
Audio good.
Is it good?
You good now. You ain't spinning or nothing. You good now.
I got a new mic. Got a
Oh,
new mic, so
yeah.
hopefully the audio sounds good. Um, yeah, they got. Is Brian? I mean, is Nigel McGuinness only wrestling this match?
I think he's only gonna wrestle this match.
Really? You don't think this is like if this is just a one-off? I guess then it's okay that he's just jumping the line and taking on a title shot for a feud, but
I think he's going. I think it's just like it's gonna be like a Warwick Bear thing. He's just gonna come out, fight one match, get in the ring. That's it, and go back to commentary.
how do you think this match will be? I mean, Nigel and Bryan Danielson, they had some wars in Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
I would I would like to think that they would take this opportunity, and this is something that I guess Mark wanted to talk to the Busted Open guys about earlier this week. Didn't get the opportunity. Um, this is an opportunity for them to like throw some attention to Ring of Honor. Like
Mm-hmm.
the sharing the 16 years should really happen with the Ring of Honor brand. So they should take these next few weeks of Ring of Honor TV and say, hey, this match between Nigel and Bryan Danielson for Ring of Honor in whatever year is going to air this Thursday on Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
They should really do that. I think that'd be great to do, or throw some full matches on their YouTube between those two instead of having it locked behind a paywall on Honor Club.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
Yeah, but
Some of those things they could be great opportunities.
but the downside to it is Nigel hasn't wrestled in what almost over 13 years, close to 13 years.
Has
So
it been that long?
yeah, his last match was when he went to TNA, and then he got that blood. I forgot what it was. that he couldn't wrestle no more. He had to stop wrestling.
Yeah, I did not realize it had been that long since Nigel wrestled.
It's been about 13 years.
That's kind of crazy. I hope it's I'm sure it will be a good match. It's Bryan Danielson. He could have a good match with me. I really wish this whole thing with Darby and Mox made more sense to me because I get it, but I just feel like it's flawed.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but on the downside, Danielson got to look out for himself because at this very moment, there are now 3 people who can take that title from him and challenge him at any time they want.
Yeah. I don't think Bryan Danielson has a long run as champion. I believe you mentioned World's End, and I believe that World's End pay-per-view will happen in Seattle or somewhere within the state of Washington. I believe it's Seattle. Mm-hmm. I would imagine that's where we're going to set up because Mox is probably going to beat Darby.
Probably so.
I would imagine this is where we're going to set up for Jon Moxley to face Bryan Danielson. And I would imagine Mox retires Danielson in Seattle. That to be my guess, right?
Yeah, but I want to say that belt going to be off him by the end of the year. It'll be off of him.
Yeah, I think that kind of sucks. But, hey, what are you going to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to come off eventually. And since we're not going to be able to do Will Ospreay and Wembley to be the guy to beat him, I guess Mox being the guy to beat him is the only thing that really makes sense.
Yep. That is true.
SmackDown? Thoughts on SmackDown? We have to return the Tribal Chief.
You know, I had a feeling after I seen that text it's going to be turned to a tag match. I had a feeling the tag match was going to come. I thought Cody wasn't going. I really thought Cody wasn't going to be it. He's going to just drop the whole bloodline segment, be done. I'm like, okay, that's great. He dropped it, done. We done with the bloodline thing, cool. But nah, they had to wheel him back in there, just get a tag at the end.
You know, of all the pro wrestling that I watched this week, and granted, a little bit of my SmackDown watching was mixed in with a little bit of BKFC watching, and my TNA Victory Road. It was Victory Road, right?
Victory Road.
And my Victory Road watching was mostly highlights, a little bit in here and there in the mix on Friday as well. There was a lot on Friday, but of everything. For this being the debut of SmackDown on USA, I thought it was weak. I agree. I don't think Cody should have been Roman's partner. I think that Cody being done with the bloodline probably should have been held on to until it was time for The Rock to bring Cody back into it. To me, that's when that would have made more sense. The Rock pulls Cody back in. Until then, Roman's on his own devices. Roman could have realigned with Jimmy. Roman could have reached out to Seth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a lot of options for Roman against the bloodline other than Cody Rhodes. It doesn't make sense for Cody and Roman to ever be aligned. It just doesn't. And to do so, I think it's lame. That's my not feeling it of the week. It's Cody being teamed with Roman Reigns. Not feeling it. Just not feeling it, man.
There you go.
I don't know. I thought Owens bringing in the Ricky dude was cool, and I thought maybe it would have been a moment for I don't know.
I thought it was gonna be that debut, like a John Cena moment, being a rookie, how he came out.
It would have been a cool opportunity to bring John Cena in.
Yeah.
But having Orton come back to SmackDown was okay. It was a good match. It was fine. But I mean, I just feel like a SmackDown with the return of Roman Reigns, with the return of. I mean, how many times does this dude get the return in a month? But whatever. I just think having him team with Cody is just, man, it's weak. It's just weak. It's random ass WWE throwing two solo wrestlers together, and they're gonna be tag champs together. You know that, right? They're gonna be God or whatever we're calling Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa.
I think they still are God.
Yeah. Roman and Cody are gonna beat them and be tag champs.
I hope
Cody's gonna
not.
hold those tag team titles with every member of the Bloodline. Held them with Jay. He's gonna hold them with Roman. He'll probably hold them with Paul Heyman at some point. Anything to sell time.
But then he just needs Jimmy as well.
Yeah. Jimmy will come back and it'll be Roman, Jimmy, and Cody, and they'll use the Freebird rule. I don't know. Like, it irritated me because as much of a Cody mark as I am, and as much as I enjoy Roman, the throw together in a tag team I just thought was lame. I really, and I'm not trying to be negative. I just think there was something more creative that could have been done than to do this and give these guys tag titles to eventually work to them having a match down the road. But right now, everything looks like that's what they're going to do.
Till War Games.
Yep.
Survivor Series.
Kill time till War Games. Speaking of War Games, Mark mentioned it. 28-year anniversary. Fall Brawl featuring the War Games. Team NWO versus Team WCW.
I know.
Oddly enough, you pitched for today's if I had the pencil, how would we book Sting leading the NWO as the third man, Hogan not being there?
Okay, so I just want to know, I did not know it was going to fall on today.
I thought you knew that, and that's why you did it.
I think it's going to be today. I thought. I really think it was today. Like,
dude, I legit thought you did that shit on purpose.
I did not. It just clicked in my head like, yeah, let's do. Then that's when it popped up like, oh shit, that's the day as well. Like, oh.
Are we? Do you want to get into that now? Do you want to do match of the week and wrestler of the week first?
We can do that first. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. My match of the week was Sammy Guevara and Ricochet. Match was really fun. Just a very fun Ricochet match. Really enjoyed it. My wrestler of the week is a tag team.
Whoa. Okay.
And it's the Hardy Boys.
Wow. For real?
Yeah. Their match in TNA was good.
Okay.
It was a good, solid opening match to the pay-per-view. It was the Hardys being as much of the Hardys as they can be at this stage of their career. Everything looked good. It was a very enjoyable match. I had no complaints about the Hardys' performance at Victory Road. My rush of the week was almost Moose. I had like this, should it be Moose? Should it be Nick Nemeth? Should it be Moose? Should it be Nick Nemeth? Because that main event was a lot of fun. I'm like, you know what? As fun as that main event was, what surprised me was the Hardys opening the show and doing a good match. Just solid. I could see them ending up back in WWE. One last short run before they go into the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
I can see it. Their work was solid enough, I think.
Okay.
How about
Well,
you? What do you?
well, my match of the night week. It was Nick and Moose. It was Nick and
That
Moose.
was a good
It
match,
was
man.
Nick and Moose.
It
Yes,
really was a good match.
it was good. It was decent. It made you want to get back in the TNA a little bit more, and it shows you that Moose, before even Nick got there, he was still a good person, a good champion of the TNA and everything else.
Before the match, who did you think was going to win it?
I hope that Moose get the belt back, tell you the truth. But then the whole with the what's his name, Mike
System.
Yeah.
And then Bradshaw comes back.
Yeah.
Bradshaw's popping up everywhere.
I know. That was funny. And but yeah, that's who I'm really hoping for that. But
Has there been an interview anywhere with Bradshaw talking about why he's popping up on GCW? He was at MLW. He's in TNA. He's showing up everywhere. Has anyone talked to him? Like, what the hell's going on?
he just pops up with Nick whenever he goes somewhere. He's just been with Nick the whole time and just been quiet and whispers in the Nick's ear. That's it.
Just international man of mystery.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
You had the pencil.
I got the pencil. Oh, wait. And my rest of the week.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying it's my rest of the week because I called it. It was Gunther for that nice, lovely promo speech. It was
His promo with Brett was great, man. You called that one right. Perfect. Just so perfect.
But yeah, all right. I'm ready now.
All right. You had the pencil. How are you booking Sting as the third man in the NWO?
Right. Now, just for good reason, y'all. Hold on 1 second. We're going to start off like this. Just quick, fast, simple. Here we go. You got Hogan still coming down to the ring as planned. You see everybody getting out the ring. Da-da-da. Look at him. He pointed them all out. All right, boom. Okay, and this is where we stop it. Now this is where it gets the change. Hogan now helps up Macho Man. He helps up trying to get them all back into the ring. And then slowly, Sting gets back in the ring, but he managed to grab a bat from underneath the ring. Yes, he grabbed the bat underneath the ring, y'all. Because before, y'all look at the episode before, Nash had a bat. Scott Hall had a bat. So, he got a weapon, a choice. So, they would be in the way. So, they'd know not to get in the way. And then, boom! He hits Hogan. The Macho Man stares at Sting with belief. Like, and then, boom! He hits the Macho Man with the belt. Oh, and then they all start coming into the ring. You see Nash lays down the Macho Man one more time. And then Scott Hall picks up Hogan. Has Hogan looking at Sting's face. Sting grabs him in the face. And then boom, he picks him up, ready to edge him. And this is where it gets better. Instead of Gino, Mean Gene come out, Tony Schiavone comes down to the ring. Tony Schiavone asks Stinger, why? You're the third guy. You can hear in Schiavone's voice how he just disgusts at Sting for being third man. So Sting grabbed the mic. He tells everyone he is sick and tired of everyone coming in and out of this company. He is sick and tired of people like Hogan, like Flair, always jumping from one show to another, trying to be the star. I have been here since day one, have never left. Hall and Nash, I understand why they left. They had stupid ass gimmicks. Nobody gave them any shots. They even went to the other company, got stupid ass gimmicks. Nobody gave them a shot. Till they come back here. And you see, first, we have Hall. Comes in as the Lone Wolf. And then the Lone Wolf, you got another pack. And then as the pack comes along, you need the leader of the pack. You need a leader of a wolf pack. This right here is a wolf pack. This right here is what we will call the New World Order. And we're coming after everyone. Beware. Woo-hoo. Then the next night on Nitro, they got the little promo going on. Now, I may be biased, y'all, but the Wolfpack theme song was better, okay? So I'm biased. So sue me later, okay? So they are still the New World Order, but they got the Wolfpack as the theme song because that's kind of way better.
So
you know, y'all.
You would book them Wolfpack right out the gate?
Yes, the theme song. Yeah, because that would fit them better. And so the next night, Luger approached Sting after he gets out the hospital because they did attack him. That Stinger splash he took in the beginning of the match. He asked him, "Did you really do that to me? Are you really this person?" He said, Stinger said, "You're my best friend. We are like this. We're tight. You got to the end of the night to make a choice. It's either us or them. Which side do you want?" And then Scott Hall and Nash, they jump in the ring again. They jumping in the, we'll just say, Psychosis match and Rey Mysterio matches. Beat them up again. You see Sting come down to the ring. No more color face. No more. He got the black and white. He got the black and white face. Color is all gone. He's letting everybody know. You all love the color Sting. This is not the Sting anymore. This is the Dark Heart Sting. I told you last night, we're coming for everyone. Everyone. And then he got the new signature bat. Oh, coming down to the ring, signature bat too. With own little Sting, like the little scorpion on the bat. Just so everybody knows this is his bat. He's ready to take over. And look, kids in the front row crying because their childhood hero is the villain of the show or childhood. As the day goes on, Luger comes down to the ring at the end of the night. And Luger looks at Sting and tells Sting he can't do it. He can't join the NWO because he's not with it. And he said, "That's okay. I got backup as well." Hogan, Macho Man, comes out to have Luger's back. And Luger looked at Sting and said, "You want some of us? You want some of us?" And then what everybody least expected, Luger just elbows Hogan, y'all. And then that's when they jump Macho Man again. And then you see Sting just standing there looking with that devilish laugh, giving a devilish look like he knew. I knew you would come to the dark side. I knew you would join us. And then, As they go on, they attacking Hogan, Macho Man, and Sting. He just gets Hogan's face. You have no one else. I'm taking over, and I'm gonna make sure you are out of this company forever. This game, I'm just making it sound so terrifying. Sorry, y'all.
So is that your motivating factor for Sting? That he wants Hogan gone?
Oh no. He wants Hogan gone. He wants Flair gone. He wants all the time to just keep jumping ships gone out of the company. So now we go on to the next pay-per-view. Hogan challenges Sting. Just him and Sting in the ring. Hogan said he's tired of this BS. Hogan said, without me, this company wouldn't be nowhere. Without me being here, this company would be downhill. And people like you will be kissing my boots. Hogan said that. Yes, y'all. Because he still kind of got that little creative control. So, you got to keep that little Hogan clause. But Stinger, he ain't taking it. Stinger goes in. He tells Hogan, it's not about you anymore. It's about us. Now, I'm going to give you a choice. You're either with us or you're against us. And Hogan just looks at him and says, I'm not with you. I'll never be with you. I'm for the fans. The fans need me more than they need you. And these fans will always be behind me no matter what. Okay.
So you
Started laying them
you
out
still
with the,
book Hogan as the hero?
okay, gotta make you Hogan the hero for the fans. Yes.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. You gotta look at it this way. You gotta have a hero. You gotta have a baby face.
You do have to have a hero.
Mm-hmm. So,
Um,
I mean,
it's
I
the story as old as time. The battle between good and evil. That's
mm-hmm.
Pro Wrestling 101, right?
And
So that's how you book it?
that's how I book it. Oh, girl. Oh, and furthermore, before the match even starts, Sting managed to take Hogan out and just tears him up with that bat. So Hogan will be off TV for like the rest of the year, y'all. Sorry, because of them bat injuries. And then we move on. This time it just be Scott Hall. It's just 4. We just doing 4 members. We ain't gonna have a whole group of people, y'all.
You're not going to grow
crazy.
that big?
I'm not gonna go that big. That's just. I thought about adding more into it, but it's like, 4 seems reasonable. 4, because if you go back and watch it, that was like a whole show of like whose side to pick. So I stuck with 4. And
So your catalyst for staying is his anger of people jumping ship show to show. So he wants WCW to be the ultimate power in pro wrestling and be the dominant force and people not leaving and going up north.
mm-hmm.
That's your motivation.
Yeah.
You got anything more to add to yours?
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, and I managed to rewrite the whole little the finger poke of doom, y'all.
You get a finger poke of doom, really?
I took it out of it, but nah, I was gonna do it, but then I thought about it. Like finger poke of doom, it was really dumb. I was gonna put it in there, but I had an idea for it. It would just been like the elbow to the face, and then the finger splash. That was it. Quickly done. I know it, but then I said, nah, that's just stupid. And the whole thing about the finger do was stupid. But so in all general, y'all, I had it that the NWO lasted for about 2 years, two solid years. Wreaking havoc, taking out everyone, and then it just came down to that little final battle at War Games, where sadly the winner stays, loser goes, and sadly,
So
yeah,
my approach to this a little different.
no, okay.
So initially, first thing I want to say is this is not how I think it would work. This is how I would book it if I had the pencil at the time in 1996. What I want to say before I even go into like how I would do this is what I think would happen. Had Hogan not been the third man and Hogan didn't join the Outsiders, and they went with the idea of Sting joining the Outsiders and forming the NWO that way, I think it would have been awful. A good example of why I think it would have been awful. They aired on YouTube last night, 6:05 on YouTube. They stole our gimmick that we stole from WCW. They showed an episode of WCW Saturday Night that originally aired, I believe, in August of 1994. Everything WCW did before the Outsiders showed up was trash. It was so bad. All the Dungeon of Doom crap, all the weird hokey Southern pro wrestling gimmicks, the Colonel whatevers, and Lord Steven Regal with the dude who came out with him, Sir whatever.
Oh yeah.
All the bullshit they had, all the stuff with Dungeon of Doom, everything with Dungeon of Doom, and Kevin Sullivan was R.I.P. whatever. It was dog shit, steaming hot dog shit. Even then, it was bad. It was Saturday morning, budget ass cartoon terror, right up until the NWO. Like the debut of the Giant. First of all, pretending he was Andre's son was ludicrous. And then
It was kind of
he
believable.
beats Hogan in his first match, but they also did. Hogan tried to murder him after they had a monster truck fight on a rooftop, and Hogan throws him off a building. That's not the building where the event was being held. But then he shows up to do a wrestling match, and there's a Yeti. Like, this is all things that happened in WCW just before the NWO. So without Hogan going and the attention that it got, I think the NWO with Sting as the leader, I think Eric Bischoff would have just done this so terrible. I think it would have been very over the top, ridiculous, cartoony shit. There would have been like a cartoon, like somebody in like a foam shark costume would be part of this somehow. Some half man, half bird creature would probably be the Falcon, who would be Sting's like partner or something dumb. I mean, if you take the NWO outside of Eric Bischoff's pro wrestling career, everything he ever did was terrible, just bad. Go back and watch. It's there. It's on Peacock. They're re-showing Saturday nights, hopefully in chronological order. Dog shit. Pre-NWO, post-NWO.
Yeah.
There we go. I said my piece. Now, how would I do it? So we still have the Bash at the Beach match. That has to be the thing. We still have Hogan coming out. We still have the question in the air. So I would book this match where we're still questioning who the third man is for them, and they have nobody. And I would still have it be Luger, Sting, and Macho. With Sting's involvement in the match not being nothing but being minimal. Like, Sting doesn't end up in a spot to be tagged much. When he does a little bit of stuff, like some rest hold shit, and then he gets whipped into the ropes, like one of those guys tags himself in, and then Sting gets distracted by shenanigans. Like a lot. Not anything you notice that it's happening, but once after the fact, you look back and go, yeah, of course. Like, all the signs were there. He didn't throw a punch. Hogan comes out, and it's like, I know it wasn't written for Bobby Heenan to say whose side is he on, but man, if it could have been, I would have written it. Hogan comes out, and he's clearly Team WCW. Like, there's all the question, everybody's and Hall and Nash think, they're acting maybe. Hogan's clearly Team WCW, goes right after him, and that's whenever Sting drops Hogan. I would immediately, and again, in hindsight, I like the idea of Shivani doing the interview. Again, if I had to pencil in 96, I don't know that I would have known enough of Shivani and Sting's, we wouldn't have the history to look back on because we're in that moment then. So I probably would have still had Mean Gene do it because Mean Gene's the guy. But I have them in the ring, and it's very similar to Hogan's of running people down, but I would be focused on the egos and people leaving. Flair left. Hogan was never even here. Vader left and came back. All these guys, Luger, you left me and you came back. Savage, you came here to ride off my coattails. And I would have him take a bottle of water, or if they throw the trash, pick up something in the ring, pour it on a Hulk Hogan shirt, and wipe the paint off his face. And that's when the paint goes away. Right then. The paint's gone. Because we're not doing gimmicks anymore. He's not a semi-truck. He's not Cuban. We're the stars of this business. We're taking this over. We're taking these shows over. We're taking every show over. And it would be a focused war on WCW from the standpoint of people being egotistic and people thinking that they're bigger than the business. Public enemies number one are Hogan, Savage, and Flair. Luger a little bit. And Luger's the guy who I have as my option. Things like, look, man, I'm trying to wake you up. You're not as big as you ever thought you were. I'm your best friend. I'm here to tell you, you're not that guy. Fall in line. And Luger's back and forth, man. He's on the fence, and he don't know what he wants to do. He's torn. He admits, yeah, I was out of line to leave you here. I did leave you to rot. He's torn. Doesn't know where he wants to be. Fourth man I give is the Giant. Paul White's fourth man still. Still put him in there. Just because he's a WCW staple. At that point, he'd never been anywhere else. He's a WCW guy. And he's big as hell. And he's intimidating. And he can be a good muscle guy. Because he can't cut a promo, really. I would still like to bring in DiBiase for the money. Who's bankrolling these guys? Because I would have Bischoff come out and go, you guys are, we're not paying you if you join this. And Stinger goes, I don't need you to pay me. I got somebody else paying me. And he brings out DiBiase. I think I rest with the ultimate goal of taking over WCW and eliminating all the people who left and came back. So it's a focus on Sting. It's a focus on all members of the Horsemen. You got Arn had left. Flair had left. At that time, we had Benoit and Malenko, and they were from ECW. So it'd be kind of a recruitment campaign with those guys. And Mongo doesn't belong. So it'd be a huge stance. Mongo shouldn't even be here. I would definitely look at a focus of Sting versus Ric Flair as a huge catalyst for Sting's NWO. It's a classic rivalry. You can reignite it with Sting as the heel with the NWO. They have a huge personal history. Flair can talk about how he made Sting a star, and Sting can talk about how he kept Flair relevant. All those things. All those things work out. You can test the Giants' loyalty with him, and while still playing, Luger wanting to be loyal, but being torn on the things Sting's doing. Sting's beatdowns of Flair need to be. I would book them to be very violent. I would book a lot of things like backstage. A lot of what they did, a lot of stuff they stole from ECW. I would steal a lot of that. Certainly in '96, I would have done all that shit. But it would have been Sting wouldn't have had the face paint. He would have been very much a organic, like real person, like how Hall and Nash were presented. I don't know if I would have him use his real name, but I might. I probably would. I'd probably get rid of him being called Sting. Yeah, I'd probably call him Steve. We got Scott Hall, we have Kevin Nash. I think we get to the Fall Brawl in the War Games, and Luger is in doubt. And I have Luger join then. I don't have Luger walk away. I think we face Luger with, we set Ric Flair up to Brian Pillman his ankle, and it's like, join, or we are going to end him. Like, you take out Arn, or we take Flair's leg. Make a decision, and Luger joins, and the whole time Luger's always torn. He's torn by what they're doing. He's reluctant to engage, and he doesn't want to take part in it. And as time progresses, Luger's always a little bit more hesitant. Doesn't want to pull the trigger on certain things, and is trying to plead. There's other ways. And eventually, Sting turns on Luger while he's a member of the NWO. And I would probably, I would like to have kept Hogan out of the NWO, but I couldn't, because I would have Sting. Man, I don't know. Part of me says I'd have Sting turn on Luger to pick Hogan, but I think I'd probably have Sting turn on Luger to bring in DDP. Because again, he's a WCW guy. He didn't leave. He didn't come from someplace else. He wasn't even accepted as a commentator in WWF. So I'd probably have Sting, because I would try to keep Hogan out. Like if I were booking it, again, I know the reality is Hogan would force his way in the moment it got hot. But I would keep Hogan off TV. Like I wouldn't have him, and I would try to not have him involved in this. I would let Hulk Hogan operate on Hogan Island doing hokey stupid shit that he wanted to do, that he thought was good wrestling, while I'm building this juggernaut and that's taking over with Sting just trying to protect what his vision of WCW is. And to do that, he has to take on everybody. And that includes Eric Bischoff. Because to me, that would be the ultimate number one rival for Sting as the leader of the NWO is Eric Bischoff. Because all of these guys being there, Hogan being there, Savage being there, Luger being permitted to leave and come back, welcomed with open arms to the Mall of America after he left me, my grudge would be with Eric Bischoff, and I'd want to take this company away from him. So brick by brick, star by star, he's going to wipe out the roster while bringing people into him who want to take over Nitro, and all the WCW guys go have Thunder. Go to Universal Studios, sit in that shitty warehouse, sweat your ass off, and then Bischoff, that's where you belong to. Because while you were getting Vern Gagne's coffee, I was wrestling Ric Flair in front of 50,000 people. And you're going to tell me you're not going to pay me you're gonna let my best friend walk away and then accept him back after he left me to suffer here under your reign? Nah, you don't get to come to Nitro anymore, Eric Bischoff. You can't fire me. I quit. How it ends, like where do I see the end of that being? It's kind of hard to book it because I would try and you have that established core base. You get the Giant in there. We have Hall and Nash and Sting. I would have Sting really try to recruit Malenko and Benoit away from the Horsemen, so we have that youth in the mid card as part of Sting's NWO. Ultimately, like looking at all the history that surrounded it, I tried to figure out, how would the NWO interact with Goldberg? Does Goldberg's rise still happen organically? Could Goldberg be the guy who puts Sting down? I think it would either have to be Goldberg or Brett, because Brett would be coming in from the outside, and Sting would want no part of Bret Hart coming into the NWO. So he would be like public enemy number one. The moment Brett showed up, the NWO would have to go take Brett out. They wouldn't try to recruit Brett. Hall and Nash came back from WWF because they hated it there, and they wanted to be part of fixing WCW. So they couldn't welcome Brett in. Sting would hate him. I also think Sting eventually turns on Hall and Nash because they left and came back. Like the thing that brought them together ultimately has to be the thing that consumes Sting. And then his distrust of everyone has to be the eventual downfall of the NWO. So he would probably turn on Hall and Nash with probably siding with Malenko and Benoit. And then Hall and Nash would probably group up with all the former up north guys. So Hall and Nash would end up with Hogan and Savage. And that would probably end up being the Team WCW that defeats the NWO. So good can triumph over evil. Time frame on that, I don't know. Because it would have to depend on like what really clicked. And to get to those points, I at least have to get through probably early 98. Because I got to get through Bret the Montreal Screwjob and getting Bret Hart in. Because Bret would be the guy to take the title off of Sting. Because Goldberg's homegrown talent. Ideally, Sting wants Goldberg in the NWO. Because he wasn't from up north. And that has to be Sting's whole thing. If you worked for Vince, I hate your guts. You have Bret, who should also hate Vince. And maybe Bret wants to be part of this. But Sting can't accept him. He just can't do it. Because it ultimately makes no sense. Just like Sting joining the NWO, how it was actually booked, never made any sense to me. Sting can't accept Bret in. Regardless of the reasoning of Bret wanting to be part of it, Sting has to not trust him. Maybe he lets him in for a few weeks and turns. But ultimately, I think Bret's kind of got to be the guy who overthrows Sting and eliminates Sting's NWO. So I'd probably cycle Hall and Nash out over time, replace them as Sting's right-hand man with Benoit and Malenko. And, of course, DDP. Because Hall and Nash left DDP there.
They did. Okay.
So there's a reason for DDP to have some animosity toward those guys. So maybe DDP's the one who gets in Sting's ear. And it's like, hey, you know what? Don't trust those guys. Remember, they left me. You can't trust Hall and Nash. Malenko, Benoit, you can trust those guys. They're the real deal. That's how I'd book it if I had the pencil.
That wasn't bad.
Not bad.
Not
But yeah,
bad.
Sting's got to lose the paint immediately. In the ring while trash is being thrown. Bottle of water, wipes it off. I'm not doing this anymore. You give that a year and a half, man, 2 years, fans will be clamoring for him to come back as Surfer Sting. Now, can you do it after that? I don't know that I could rebook him as a babyface. I think I would have him go so far heel. And I know the idea is, someone's a bad enough heel, they'll be a great good guy. I don't know that I would have the ability to get him to be a good guy. It would take the fans just missing him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he doesn't tap to the sharpshooter. So maybe we let him go out on his shield and we have a knee injury, takes him out. So whenever he comes back, fans have sympathy. But I don't know.
It is.
But all in all, that was fun.
It was fun. See?
Do you like how I booked it? Would you have watched that?
I would have watched it. See, the thing was, I was trying to think so hard of how to make it last as long as it did with Hogan, but I really didn't think it could work that long.
It would be really hard, like realistically, but we're not trying to do this realistically. Because Hogan, if it got hot, Hogan would want to be part of it, and he would ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't find the best catalyst has to be that Sting's mad that people left him.
Yeah.
Right. And then want to come back once he stayed there and helped keep WCW afloat when all these guys left because of whatever their reasons were or came in once he got it hot, and Bischoff didn't believe in him enough to carry the company, so he brought Flair back. He brought Hogan in. He brought Savage in. Because what, you don't believe in me?
Mm-hmm.
You go back to the whole, while you were getting Vern Gagne's coffee, I was selling out, whatever thing in North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina.
Whatever it may be. And that has to be, and his whole thing has to be, I hate that Eric Bischoff tried to turn this into the place up north.
How did it get there? You got it.
Yeah.
That's how if I defend him. That's how I book Sting as the third man. It's just anti-Eric Bischoff, oddly enough.
Anti-Eric Bischoff. Yeah. Makes sense.
That top look weird.
But, yeah. See, that becoming a good topic. See, look at that. Booyah.
Why does it look like that?
With that, everyone, thank you for joining us live on Instagram for our weekend wrestling. Made a good week of wrestling. It'll be interesting to see what the future holds, but tomorrow we'll come together. We'll look at the Raw preview, see what's next for the Wyatt 6 American Made, see what's next for Gunther, see what's next for CM Punk is scheduled to be at Raw. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll talk about all the preview stuff they have available. They've announced a few things. We'll see what else they got booked for the show. Everyone, thanks for checking us out. Remember, new merch is up at the merch table. If you get the it's not safe to go alone, take this with you, Steel Chair shirt. Take a picture of you with the shirt. Tag us in it. Send you some merch. Send you some extra stuff.
And the merch.
PrinceHoneyCoffee.com. Promo code Don't Say the F word. Save yourself 10%. Stickers, our new business card. Promo code Podcast15. Save 15% sticker lounge. Get yourself some stickers made. That's all I got for these fine people today, Joe. What do you got for them?
Okay. What I got for y'all? I have last night. I was thinking in advance, y'all. So I just want y'all to know in advance, even for you. So get your mind prepared. So, in fairness, the next trivia that's coming up before Survivor Series, I'm giving you time to prepare yourself. Okay.
We're already talking about Survivor Series, Joe.
Yes.
Where did this year go?
I know, right? So,
my God.
So I just want to get you prepared. So, in honor of this year Survivor Series, there'll be legit just 12 questions. Okay.
All right.
There will be 6 Survivor Series questions, and there will be 6 WWE/WWF WCW War Games.
Oof. A little little known fact. The very first Survivor Series, I was there. Richfield Coliseum. I was there. All right, everyone. Thank you for checking us out live on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, kids. Thank you for checking us out there. But if you're there, you can't play in the comments, so make sure you follow us on Instagram. We appreciate you. Until tomorrow, guys, have a great Sunday. We may be announcing some interviews coming up, so stay tuned. This is a big week of wrestling and combat sports. UFC was at the Sphere last night. Cool atmosphere. Nice for me. BKFC had a great night on Friday. So, good week of pro wrestling and combat sports. My question for all you guys is, UFC sold out the Sphere. Largest gate they've ever had, over $28 million at the gate for ticket sales. To sell out the Sphere, they had to drop ticket prices.
For real?
So they did. I can't remember what it was, but I know there was a slash in pricing because they couldn't sell the place out, and they couldn't sell a lot of the really expensive VIP whatevers. My question for everyone is, if WWE puts on a wrestling premium live event at the Sphere, how much would you pay for a ticket, and would you travel? The Sphere looked really cool for the UFC. I'll be honest, I haven't followed UFC in great detail in quite some time. I don't think they have any stars. I think it's become about the three letters, not about the fighters. That's my opinion.
I could say the last price I ever seen was for that when the UFC was there. The cheapest they said was $2,500.
Yeah, the Sphere was expensive. Me, I'm not. A lot of these events, you're paying a high price for bad seats. The Sphere looks like anything you see there is going to be freaky and amazing because of what they can do. But I'm curious what people. Would you go to a WWE Premium Live event at the Sphere? Would you travel to get there? Let us know in the comments. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great Sunday. We're out.